And I am live. Hello, hello, hello. I hope your day has been good. Yeah, it's been a very busy day today, as always. And I'm back again to talk to you about something that I honestly was inspired by sometime today. Right. So, this is something that happened to me. I stumbled upon a post and just sharing it to my friends. Please share the live. If you're joining me, please share, share, share. And again, as always, share to people around you because it might not just be for you as you have decided, but it may be for someone down your chain, and that might be this might be what they need. Yeah. So I actually took a screenshot of what I saw, and that made me reflect on a lot of things. But I would read what I saw online today. Whilst I think I was looking for something. What was I looking for? I can't recall now, but I took a short break from work and I thought, let me look at my page and see if there is, if my post has been, my scheduled post had come up. I was completely oblivious of the time. And then I saw this. Reading 20 pages per day is 30 books per year. That is assuming on average that a book has over, so 30 divided by 12, that's about a day. 30 divided, that's maybe one. Assuming an average book has around maybe 100 pages. I don't know, I'm tired, I can't do the math right now. Saving $10 per day is $3,650 per year. Running 1 mile per day is 365 miles per year. Becoming 1% better per day is 337 times better per year. Well, I suppose 37x better per year. Small habits are underestimated. I read it and I actually reflected on that statement and all of the achievements, when you take little beginnings or take small steps. And I was reflecting on my journey as a business owner. It's been just over a year since I started, and I am progressing. Let me put it that way. I'm making a lot of progress. I am making a lot of progress. And I was now thinking to myself, what if I didn't start? What would my life be now? What would it look like today? You know, that's what I was thinking about. What if I didn't start? What if I really just chose not to start? Then what would I be saying today? Do you understand? And it just made me realize that in life, to make progress, we have to start small. Whatever it is that we are aiming for, we have to start small. It reinforced my understanding of why you can't skip classes. When you look at education, you have to follow a trajectory. You have to follow a trajectory. You can't skip. When you start with learning how to write your name. Wait, that's even too advanced. You start with learning the alphabet. You start small. You learn your A, B, C to Z. Then after that, you learn your numbers 1 to 10, then graduate to 1 to 100, and then even goes further to 1 to 1,000, and there on and there forth. Then you learn how to do simple addition 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. That is small beginning. The same with your the same thing with your I skip my mind now, but this with your education exam, that's one thing. You start small. You don't from baby age go straight to the university. No, you don't do that. You start gently. And for me, I'm very grateful for the for myself, for the decisions I've made, for starting small. Starting small. I remember when I saw the opportunity, I was nervous. I really was. I had no idea what I was doing. But you know what? I said, for me to progress, for me to grow, for me to make something out of it, I have to start from somewhere anyway. And 1 year plus, I'm grateful for the progress I've made. It's the same with your job. You want to start a new job. You do not have any idea what the job is all about. You don't even know who your team members will be. But what do? You start anyway, and you do what? You take it one day at a time. I'm a working mom, I'm a working parent, I'm a professional. My biggest challenge is self development. In fact, before I started having children, I used to be a voracious reader. Oh my gosh. And I always enjoyed reading John Grisham. I loved the twists and plots in his books. Like there was no book. I think it started with one of the books. How I got attracted to his book was a television show that was shown then back home when I was younger. I can't remember one of his books was written as a drama and I was captivated by it. After watching that movie, I decided to go and find all of his books. And I read all his books. As it's coming out and reading it, I read a lot of novels. I read because I really enjoyed reading. And then I left university, I started working, and slowly, I started, other things started taking away my time. What I then discovered was that over time was that I was almost like out of touch and it really bothered me. But there was nothing I could do. I kept giving myself the excuse. I don't have time. There's no time. I have the kids to look after. I have my work to focus on and all of that, the children, the family, and all of that. But you know what? I decided I'm not going to continue saying that anymore because it's really and truly wasn't and it's not a good enough an excuse. So what did I start doing? Last year. And I thank God for this business because it has helped me. It is helping me. It was hard, I must confess. Even starting small is hard, let alone to get to achieve that big thing you want to achieve. But I started reading in bits. I must admit, there are days I miss, but I know I've read a lot more books this year than I did last year, and that is progress. And I am getting better because that is my goal to get better at what I do. Because what would happen is eventually, with consistency, I will be able to read more books and I'll be able to be, I will be, my development will be better, the self development will be better, and I would cover a lot of books in such a short time. So that was what I decided to do. I started reading because one thing our business does is not just um, do this to make your money. No, there's also the part of self-development, your mindset, and all of that. So they encourage us to read books. They give us topics, books that have been read, and they felt, there's like a book club. So that is what I started doing, reading books. I've got a lot of books that I need to read, but what I started doing was I was reading. I read a chapter. Sometimes, if I cannot make it up to a chapter, I can. If I have a little bit more time, I can say in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I read. And I've noticed that for every time I read, I feel reinvigorated. I feel re-energized. I feel like wow, like a fresh kind of. I don't know how to explain it. Empowered. Yes, that's the word. I feel more empowered. I feel wow. Oh, this is interesting. So that's just an example. The power of small habits. The power of starting small. Small habits are really and truly underestimated. And the only until we change our mindset towards developing small habits, we are not likely to make progress. So that is my encouragement for you today. Try to make your start small. Oh, I want to sew. In fact, I did it a lot when I was sewing because I was trying to start and sew a cloth from the beginning to the end. And it wasn't sustainable. I was really getting frustrated. So what did I start doing? I started breaking it down into small things. And I dedicated 30 minutes because sewing can be quite intensive. If you so, you will understand. So I started to break it down into, you know what, I can't, I'm not gonna, I have other things to do, but I want to make sure I do something every day on this sewing. So I started sewing for 30 minutes. Even if it's a leg I sew, I've achieved something. Tomorrow I put waistband. Next tomorrow I put, before the end of the month, I finish making a complete dress. Or I start with cutting the fabric, the pattern. I cut it. That's one achievement. The next day, I sew one hand. The next day, in that 30 minutes, it's whatever I could do in 30 minutes that I was doing and focusing on. So you see, and that's how I was able to juggle things. So it's basically starting small. You may need to prioritize. You may need to give a, stop some certain things, but that's okay. It's it's about how badly, like how much do you want to achieve that goal? How badly is it in you? How focused are you? Like, what is your priority? That's what the key thing is. So, anyway, I just wanted to use this medium to encourage you today to start small, develop small habits, and honestly, you would see how it will multiply. It's just like compounding interest. If you know what compound interest is, you start today, you do more. You will see changes. It's just like when you want to lose weight, you don't lose weight, you don't see the results immediately. You start, but with consistency, you will get better. And I am getting consistent because I mean, how I cannot believe it. 67 days of coming on social media to show my face. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Like, I cannot believe it because if someone had told me on day one that I would get here, I would have argued. I would have like, nope, I don't think I can do it. I'm not sure I have the time. No. But anyway, we're here now. So I have 23 more days to go. Wow, I cannot believe it. 23 more days. That means my last day will be the 28th of December. Ah, wow, awesome, 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 God. I thank God for grace. I thank God for strength. I thank God for perseverance. And this has really been a development for me. It has been a learning, it has been a journey. So, before I go, I'm just going to say I enjoy what I do. I help working parents and professionals to start and set up their own digital business with a view to breaking free from the 9 to 5 grind if that is what they want. So, if you are interested in working with me, there's my email there, sorry, my website there, which you can register on. And I promise it's going to be a journey of self-development, self rediscovery. Yes, that's the word. Self rediscovery, transformation, and most importantly, a journey that you would be happy with. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.